What is going on, guys? Today is a huge day for anime MMO fans around the world. After years of anticipation, Blue Protocol Star Resonance has officially launched in China. But that's not all. Just in few days, on July 24, the game enters a brand new closed beta phase, which will give all the EU and NA players the chance to experiment this fresh evolution of an MMO. So I will show you how does it hold up. Is this version finally what we were promised back in the early previews? Also, what makes the China launch different, and what should you expect from the upcoming beta? We will deep dive into it all, so gameplay, classes, visuals, combat, monetization, and everything in between. And then, just before we get into the video, let me introduce you to LagoFast, which is a software that ensures better and faster connection routes to game servers by eliminating connection issues with a single press of a button. All you need to do is sign up through their website, then download the software. Then, when you have LagoFast on your computer, just log in, choose the game that you want to play. For us, it's Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Then select your server region and then click Boost, and that's it. Now you can enjoy whatever game you want to play with the best possible connection and FPS. On top of it, you will get cool features like the translation tool, so you're able to play on Chinese servers, but with the English translation. Then also cross-region acceleration, since the game is currently only available on the Chinese servers, so this is a huge performance booster. And then on top of it, you will get a feature like the quick download tool that lets you download the game and files much faster and easier than other players, and much more. LagoFast is truly all-in-one tool that not only reduces your ping and boosts FPS, but as you can see, gives you extra things that other players don't have. So what are you waiting for? Click the link description to check them out, and use my code K30 for 30% off. Don't miss this opportunity to make your gaming lag-free, and enjoy the 24-hour free trial just for you. So, Blue Protocol is a free-to-play action MMORPG, originally released in Japan. The game has seen various closed betas in the Western market, but the Star Resonance marks a major turning point. This is not just a patch, it's a complete overhaul. Think of it like a version 2.0, visually enhanced, mechanically deeper, and built with a long-term support in mind. Star Resonance will introduce massive improvements to the engine, a new party-based combo system, localized UI for the Chinese market, and deep server-sized optimization. The Resonance system, which we will cover more later, will change how players interact with the combat, with synchronized attacks and buffs that reward coordination and teamwork. Right now, the launch is smooth so far, servers opened this morning and queues are active but stable. Tencent's infrastructure is clearly doing the heavy lifting, and the overall polish is miles ahead of the earlier regional versions. So with that said, the China launch will feature 7 fully playable classes. Each one will offer a distinct combat style, with deep specialization potential. Compared to the earlier regional builds, the class system here is more refined, more responsive, and more rewarding. First up, we have Heavy Guardian. This is your traditional tank class, built to soak up damage and control enemy positioning. Armed with a massive greatsword and a heavy armor, the Heavy Guardian is perfect for players who want to anchor their team and dictate the pace of battle. Next is the Stormblade. This is a high-speed melee DPS class. Using dual swords, the Stormblade will excel at rapid multi-hit combos, with fluid animation and aggressive momentum. This class thrives on chaining attacks together and weaving in dodges mid-combat. Then next we have the Wind Knight, that takes more elegant approach to the close combat by wielding a single blade with a graceful, acrobatic strike. It rewards timing, spacing and rhythm, which is a strong choice for players who enjoy a finesse over brute force. Next we have Marksman, and as the name implies, this is your long-range specialist. By using a high-tech bow, this class can control the battlefield from afar, with precise shots, elemental arrows and explosive traps. Then next we have Frost Mage, which is a powerful ranged spellcaster who uses ice-based magic to control the battlefield. With massive AoE potential, crowd control effects and the burst damage, the Frost Mage is ideal for dungeon clearing and the large-scale PvE. Then the 6th class is the Verdant Oracle, which is one of the newer additions and introduces a hybrid support role to the game. This nature-themed class draws on healing pulses, buffs and plant-based magic to help allies and disrupt enemies. And finally, we have the Shield Knight that blends tanking and support into one compact, versatile package. By wielding a large shield and a sword, this class can defend allies, absorb damage and interrupt enemy attacks, while maintaining decent mobility and crowd control. Each one of these 7 classes has its own gear progression, skill tree, ultimate abilities and weapon loadouts, and they all benefit from the Star Resonance system, which rewards synchronized team play. Next up we have gameplay. The world design is semi-open, so divided into large interconnected zones, each filled with quests, rare mobs, hidden collectibles, and environmental puzzles. It's not a sandbox MMO, but the size and the density of each zone will create a strong sense of exploration. Main story progression is delivered through the fully voiced cinematics, branching dialogues, and the story dungeons. The Chinese localization is sharp with professional voiceover, timed subtitles, and refined quest guidance that improves pacing dramatically. It is easily the most narrative-driven version of the Blue Protocol so far. The world events also happen in real time, by ranging from elite boss invasions to escort missions that spawn based on the server-wide progression. There's also a full map of optional objectives, including hunting logs, gathering missions, and character bonds with specific NPCs. Even a solo player will find things to do, and it's finally presented in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming. Next we got dungeons, and this is the place where the combat and the party mechanics will shine the brightest. Instance, with 3 or 4 branching paths, most dungeons in the Chinese release will feature multiple bosses, traps, and unlockable challenges. Some even will change layout based on what time of day you enter or which party member takes the lead role. Matchmaking is fast thanks to the massive launch day interest, and with the resonance system, parties are incentivized to build synergetic compositions rather than just tag DPS. Difficulty scaling also has improved, so casual players can run normal mode for quick loot, while hardcore and heroic versions will offer limited revival, boss enrages, and rare cosmetic drops. Then as far as PvP goes, while not a core focus yet, it's available in the form of structured 3v3 arena duels. Leaderboards and rewards are also rotated weekly, and matchmaking is skill-based. Open world PvP is not present yet, but Tencent confirmed that for large-scale faction-based conflicts they will add them later this year. However, if you're not in China or don't want to use a VPN, and if you're waiting for a chance to try this game out, the international closed beta will start on July 24th, which is just in 6 days from now. This beta will use the same client and engine as the China launch, meaning that all of the graphical improvements, class updates, and the resonance mechanics will be included. Players will be able to access the first 4 chapters of the main story, full character customization, and all 7 base classes, and even a generous selection of dungeons and PvP arenas. While this beta is still technically closed and requires a key, it's expected to be the last step before a major global release. Next, let's go over pay to win. So how is the monetization? Well, honestly, it's surprisingly fair. Blue Protocol Star Resonance uses a cosmetic focused model in China. All stat based progression, so gear, skill upgrades, and consumables, is entirely earned through the gameplay. The gacha system still exists, but it's limited to the weapon skins, outfits, mounts, and the accessories. There's no gear locked behind the paywall. A seasonal battle pass is also available with a free and premium track. The premium version includes cosmetics and materials, but does not offer powerful advantages. Then the cash up items are purely cosmetic, and the game does not feature any stamina or time-gated systems that are common in other mobile MMOs. Of course, keep in mind that this is the launch day and monetization can always change, but for now it is one of the cleanest free-to-play structures that I've seen in a major MMO launch. So with all of this said, here's my bottom line. Blue Protocol Star Resonance has finally found its stride. The China release is smooth, content-rich, and visually stunning, and the July 24 closed beta will give global players the access to the best version yet. If you've been burned by the delays or are skeptical after early beta tests, then now is the time to give it another look. The game is fast, beautiful, strategic, and fair in its monetization, and it is clearly designed for long-term support. If you are a fan of anime aesthetics, action RPGs, or MMORPGs in general that respect your time, then this game is absolutely worth checking out.